I decided that I'll make a video about each of my projects, and if I didn't do this one right now, it would end up slipping down the to-do list. So we're going to end up at the castle over here to look at everything, but first we need to go to my neighbour across the road, the library, because I won a Twitter competition on Friday, so
Gosh, that was quick work, wasn't it?
So thank you so much for this.
Thanks for taking part.
Thank you. Now the next stop is to go over there to where that shiny egg thing is. This project is the companion piece to the 45 RPM. This is the cover that goes along with it, and it's based on an OMD single cover designed by Peter Saville and Tom Skipp. Normally when I do a project, it's inspired by a number of things, so like Bridget Riley, Damien Hirst, Blade Runner, Max Headroom, the film Hackers, KLF, Hyperpop, Vangelis, those type of things. But in this case, it's just purely this album cover, and there's like two different versions of it. There's this and this. So unlike where I'm taking inspiration from a number of places, here I'm just simply deconstructing what's already there and then working out how to reconstruct it. And if we take the album cover, there are three main parts. There's the background, there's the diagonal triangle, and then there's the strip that comes down one side. And each of those elements is also made up of either gradients, stripes, or solid colours, and kind of a combination of those. So in this case, the first job is to pick the style of the background, gradient, stripes, solid colours. The next thing that I'm doing is then picking a separate palette for the stripe on the side, and there's a couple of different stripes on the side. One has a solid background to it and the other is divided up into two strips, so we've got both of those type of things going on as well. And then the final thing to do here is then the diagonal corner, which we're going to either match the stripe palette or the background palette to try to keep a consistency between the whole design. Now on the actual album cover, there's also OMD, the title there, and when we take that out, it's slightly unbalanced, so then I've introduced a whole new element onto that side there, which is again reflecting gradients and diagonals. Once we have all that in there, there's a couple of final sort of things, and one is mirroring. We can see on this OMD design, which I assume is the gatefold folded out, that it's mirrored, so I'm bringing that in as well, so some of them are mirrored. And then I'm also adding in rotation because I think that's kind of interesting to see how it could work in different ways. The very last thing is then texture or smooth gradients. And I like the effect of both of them. Smooth gradients are very computery, but I think they work with this design. But also the texture is quite good for knocking off that like solid banding of colours. I think we're getting a little bit bright. Hold on, let me just turn you down a little bit. There we go. And that's pretty much it. I think it's kind of fun sometimes to take something like a record design and then go, this, but what if generative? And also thinking how that generative process could be inserted into the print process. So nowadays, we can probably do it with the digital presses that we have, that everybody gets a different album cover or single cover. Anyway, so that's a quick wrap up of this project, and it's going to be on fxhash, and I'll link it below when it goes live. And now it's time for me to get back to my studio. I will see you next time.